Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today, we're on to a new project. Yay! I know Phyllis is cheering. Okay, we are going to be working on the Century Journal. And in a couple of previous videos, I can't remember which ones, I had showed you the pages that I had prepared. They were all these fast food bags that I had turned inside out. Some of them I had put wrinkled tea bags on and then scuffed it with a little bit of a ink pad. Some of them I had like a tube and I just dipped it in some kind of copper colored paint. I wanted the colors in this to be muted because it's for sensory issues. Where somebody may have a little bit of vision problems. So a lot of feel is going to be involved. I did Google on YouTube sensory journals, and I didn't get much out of the ones that I saw. So mine it's kind of a more well-rounded. I hate to say that, but I feel like it's a little more well-rounded in all the different kind of feels and textures and things. Like I had doilies on a page, and if you were somebody that had the feel of touch heightened, you can feel all the little ridges and stuff in the doily. But I did want something else to be in here visually, in case somebody just bought it, that may not have exactly vision issues. They may have hearing impaired, or I don't know. I'm guessing a sensory journal has more to do with all the senses and not just the sense of feel. But anyhow, I decided to put the coffee and chocolate, I believe the name is, of Stamperia pad in here. And I know I'd showed you the pad, like I said in one of the previous videos. And as I was sitting down there with Mom, I'd ran out of fussy cutting to do. So I needed something else. So I got in there and I cut out my pages that I wanted to put in here. And I kind of went through. I fussy cut all the little goodies that's in there, as you can see kind of laying around me here. And I kind of was going through and putting a few little items here and there where I might want them on pages. This is not per se a journal to journal in, but there are possibilities of places to do that if you wanted to journal in it. I also have other things on my mind to put in here, and one of them are some of these embossing folders right here. I have a certain place the wood one would really look great. I've got this one that I'll probably do in this metallic. I've got some foil kind of papers over there. I'll probably do that with this one. And then I've got the tapestry one that I really like. I think that one, yes, this one's tapestry. This one's called ornamental motif. And then this one is just lumber. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to put those in. I've got on one of these papers here that was from the coffee and chocolate, there was a map. So I've got this map that I think will go great on the page that goes there. And then I think I may use some of those other little guys. I don't know for sure. And this is from the Dewdrops. Let me pull it out up here. This is the Dewdrops that I had been using for my art journal a while back. And this is just like a washi pad. But it's got like a coffee pot that's just like the ones in this cocoa and coffee kind of situation. So I thought, well, maybe I can either do this on just the kind of brown paper, or I can do it on like a white sort of a background and decorate that up, because as you can see, it's already got like a little cocoa cup here. You got a cup of coffee, and some of these kind of look like that that coffee plant, and you even got coffee beans. I mean, why not? So I've got that one in here, but I do, yeah. And then I had the wall repair stuff. And I may just leave it white because there are white elements in here in the coffee and chocolate book. But so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm trying to keep these in order. But yeah, I do have a few papers over here that were leftovers. I did use some of the strips on one of the pages in here. I can use this as an edge trimming. It's got like a little piece of like burlap rope or something there. It's kind of cute. This one I will probably turn into 2 journal cards or 2 tall tags or something. See, it's got chocolate on the back of it. And yeah. And then this one, I love the bricks. And here's another one of the maps. But see, it's got like coffee house up here. And it may be another one that I actually just cut in half and make 2 tags or whatever. Now this one is the top of the house. I think it's this one. So this doesn't look like it's going to be anything. So I'm going to turn it over and make 2 pockets with that part. So just have to figure out where that's going to be. So I thought we would just start working in here with what I've already prepared. And like I said, I've got all these other little goodies up above me here ready to go. Now I got, like I said, I've got the embossings to do in a separate video. I also, oh, I didn't show you this. I also have these little guys. Now, Jen, I think you mentioned Jen about the Braille paper, and I do have some Braille paper that you sent me long ago. Thank you. And I want to put that in here somewhere, but I need to spray it. So we may end up spraying that today so we can get that going. And I need to make a cover. And I really like this great big one. It's got coffee time on there. You can see some coffee houses in the background. And then this has the chocolate on it, like a label. So I'll use these 2 items somehow with a cover. I may take one of the little coffee cups up here and put in here as well as a little side item. And yeah, I do have some phrases over here, but I don't know. These are like 3 little tags. And I have 2 journal cards. The other 2 journal cards I've worked into here. I left like a little piece when I cut them out where I can make a fold out. So that's what they're going to be used for. And so let's just start decorating and see what we can do here. Some of these items may get some more stuff that's lying up around me here. I've got a bunch of little cups here that I think are so cute. And I think I would like to use some of them as well. I was trying to keep the chocolate and the coffee parts separate though. Like this says old coffee. And it kind of looks like that. And I think that actually says old coffee. So it's not like I want to use those 2 on the same place. But we have espresso, and we got chocolate. Oh, we got black coffee. That's a different one. Yeah, and it's kind of got the darker colors. Yeah, let's see if we can use that one here. These are actually little tucks. You can actually write on the back of them. And like a little tiny journal card, but you know me, I'm going to use my other stuff. Now, I have covered this, of course, but that's just my background. I didn't want to, you know, I wanted something in the background so they can feel all the different textures. And they may even be able to feel that paint because it sticks up just a little bit. But say we're going to put this here. Let's get the glue out. Rhoda. Every time I go through Chick-fil-A, that's one of my favorite places now. Every time I go through there, they always want your name. I got one of those names that nobody can seem to spell. Even though I'm giving them the 5 little letters that's in the name, they still can't spell it. So, it's always amazed me. And then, you know, they're always wanting to make me Rhonda instead of Rhoda. My brother, he teases me about that all the time, little butthole. He said, "Hey, Rhonda." Anyhow, so yeah. Oh, I did get one person there somewhere knows how to spell it, because I've got a couple of my bags that have got the right name on it on the sticker. But yeah, I eat there almost every time I go down the road to go see Mom. I love that the number one chicken sandwich. Love it. It's my fave. Okay, I'm going to put a little teaspoon right there. Isn't he cute? And, yeah, one of them smells me like road. Roada. I can't get over that. All right, I think we're going to put this little guy. It's going to be a double coffee. It's going to be a double coffee. Or should I put it to the side? Let's put it to the side. Yeah, and I'm going to put the old coffee, I think, up above or over here. I was trying to decide what to do. I mean, I've got little phrases here that needs to go down. I got a little bit of, what do you call it? Desserts, because that'll be with the cocoa kind of area. There's a patisserie, I think is what they call it in France. But I've got like something that says good mood. That might be a better one to put here, so I won't be covering up all of my little circles. And they're supposed to emulate a coffee ring, like you put it on your table and it bleeds a coffee ring. Yeah, so that's that was my meaning there. Plus the I just like the browns, the brown tones all working together. I really like that. Okay, yes, this is going to go over here, so we'll tuck that in. My phone it was sun shining. I'm actually up a little early today. I don't know why, because the last 2 nights have not been happy for me and my feet. But I got up a little early today, about 10:30, and it was just sunning out there. I said, "Oh, another shorts day." I fight winter as hard as I can. I love to wear my shorts. And I hate, I really, really hate to put on pants. So I am forever, pushing the limit on the winter weather. And since I'm going to be sitting inside anyway, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing, as long as I can get in and out of the building. And like I said, here's my little flip out. It's actually got little beans on it. How cute. All right, so that one's done. I thought that turned out good. Am I even in focus or in the screen? Oh. All right, so we have that done. I think that turned out good. And you got the warm honey tones popping out. You got kind of the warm honey tones in here. That's what I just like about it. Now this, I thought we'd just stick this over here somewhere. I kind of like that. I don't know. It's about the cocoa. So we're just going to put this and maybe a a cocoa cup or something here with it. I don't know if I can tell which. Oh, yeah, that one with whipped topping has to be a cocoa cup. All right, so that one can go right there. And it's actually talking about Bristol, London, and Sydney. Huh. But anyhow, I thought, I could, I had a thought, now I done lost it. Let's get this on here first. But I'm really liking how this is turning out. I don't do fabric flips, but I thought about having a little bit of fabric in here. So I don't know. I want it to be a subdued color, I don't want it to be really, really bright. Thought maybe I could put the cup up there. No. Maybe right here. But yeah, I I'm trying to hold with my color palette. I don't know about that. Maybe I can put a cupcake up here. That would sit better. So let's put a cupcake up here. So yeah, I know a lot of you were wanting to see how I was going to do this. And like I said, I did try to look up to get more ideas on what could be added. But I don't really, I mean, y'all can Google it too on, your YouTube. Just Google sensory journals. And there's all kinds of stuff that comes up. It's beyond the sensory journals. But anyhow, it doesn't give that many different things to look at. Oh, and by the way, I went by Expo. This is a place that has all kinds of things that'll be like a gun show is out there sometimes, or sometimes, the county fair is out there. But right now they have a craft fair. So my niece, she was out there with my little nephew buddy that's into everything that I'm into. And she has some of her artwork out there. So she says, and I said, well, I'd be curious to see if there's any other junk journals out there. And she says, actually, there's a woman right beside me that has junk journals. So I had to go down there and check out the competition. Oh, but hers, I don't know. She was only selling them between $30 and $50, I think she said. And she had a lot of white pages. You know me, I'm allergic. I'm allergic to white pages. So yeah, I just kind of bypassed on that. Okay, I'm looking here to see. I kind of like having something in the middle there. Chocolate. No, this is the coffee. And see, here's that little coffee pot that looks like this one back here. So let's put that back there for now. I just don't know. I guess I'll go with this little circle guy here. It says good day. I think this is supposed to be a cappuccino. Even though it's got whipped topping on the top, I guess it's a cappuccino. Alright, so that's going to go in the circle. And the way this piece here is going to work, it's just going to get sewn in to the signature. So I'll probably have it sewn in like here, here, and here. And then it's a flip. I mean, I'm not going to glue it down for a pocket or anything. I just love the little cabinet idea there. I really like that. Now this is the one with the chick. See, the coffee pot's exactly the same. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. If it's going to actually show. Let's see if I can cut this out and see how she's going to react. If I can get it started. This little washi stuff is pretty cool. All right, let's see. Yeah, the only problem is I'm going to have to cut it exact. If you're putting it on a white paper, you're fine. Everything disappears. So, but if you're putting it on this colored paper, you're going to have to cut out everything just so the white doesn't show. Okay, so I have this piece of 12 by 12 that I had used something on. So that's where I'll use the backs of them sometimes. So let's just do that. We'll lay that down there. And let's see if we can come up with an idea. Let's mark kind of where the outline would be. So we can kind of put that in here. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that off so I know what I'm working with. Okay, I have a piece of paper, and I made it to where there's a little bit of a frame around the outside of it, which is good. But we're also going to get in here and ink the edges of, well, we're going to, actually, we have to put everything on here, and then we're going to ink it. That's the way it needs to work. Okay, because once I get this on here, I can ink over this white. That's how it's supposed to work. Okay, so let's see what we can do here with our little washi. And I'm thinking I'll kind of put that kind of here. And you can wipe this down with like a little cloth or something. I'm going onto like a regular porous piece of paper, and see how it nicely just disappears with the the crazy white outline. Oh, so anyhow, yeah, down at Expo, you know, it's always the same stuff. It's always jewelry, candles, a few people that's doing woodworking. You just don't get much variety. And Perry had said she saw somebody else with junk journals, but I didn't see them. I did not see them. That one lady next door was it. Now, hers was more simplistic. She did have a lot of the different holidays. She had Christmas there, mostly right up front. And, you know, I think she had a few other different things. And she used, like I saw a lot of tassels. Or fringe. I guess you would say fringe. I did see a lot of fringe on the outside of her journals as part of her cover decoration. And let's just say it wasn't quite my aesthetic. Is that it? I mean, everybody's different. Everybody has a different style. I've learned that over the years. Everybody kind of sees my stuff and says, "Oh, I can tell that's yours." So, I guess everybody kind of has a different thing. Now, I like this little butterfly, and we're going to put him somewhere here. This little girl, I'm kind of wanting her to overlap right in here somewhere. I don't know how I'm going to have her coffee and stuff here. I could put her coffee cup on top of the doodaddy here. Yeah, it could be like where it's sitting. And it could be that I don't use the whole kit and caboodle here. I'll just use pieces and parts. Like, here's your coffee pot. We used to have a coffee pot, a percolator, and it was pretty cool. It came apart. It was all silver, kind of aluminum, I guess it was. And it had two parts, and it was real tall, you know. So the top part is where, how did that work? Is that where the coffee was? No. Y'all help me if y'all had one. I think the top part, yeah, okay. I think the top part was like the coffee pot. It had the handle on it. It was like a little black handle. And then it had the spout and it had a lid. And then on this lower part, and ours was straight. It wasn't curved like this. And on the lower part, it had like a sieve where you kind of put the bag in. Although I don't even think there was a bag in this type. It was just a, I don't even know what you'd call it. It was just like a lot of little tiny, tiny holes. That's basically all it was. And you would have your coffee catch in there. And then, oh no, I guess it was opposite than what I'm describing. The coffee pot, I think must have been on the bottom. For the coffee to drain down that way. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay. And, and so she goes in circles again. Squirrel. All right, I got this little girl. I think I'm going to put her kind of like right in. Do I want to put her in there? Kind of want her to go over here. Because I'm going to put her and... Well, this is Stamperia too, so that's why we have the same little coffee pot. They use their images over and over again, it seems like. Alright, so we're going to put this little girl kind of here. And she's kind of looking this way. And I can cut that one little bit off. Oop. I need to cut this little bit off, although that's got her steam coming up through there, but I don't think we're going to worry about that. Yeah, just like that. I don't like this down here where the mountain's messed up. Okay. Yeah, well, I think the sun's coming back out there now. It's like, first it's sunny, then it says it's going to rain. Now it's sunny again. It doesn't know what it wants to do. So, I guess I'm kind of decorating up a, what you call it, an art journal. It's kind of what it reminds me of. I think I'd like this little plant here to be down at the bottom. Oops. Got a little snowflake. Now, I got another little guy here. It's like a little rip of newspaper. And so it has a similar piece like here or here. Maybe like right there. It'd be good. Let me go ahead and cut it down as much as I can. There. My poor scissors. They need some cleaning and probably some sharpening. I have not been good with them lately. They're probably going to rebel here before long. Alright, so yeah, there we go. It's not quite, that's straight enough. Straight enough. I wanted my little plant. I need to get in here a little closer because I'm going to come at least on this lower part through the mountain. Like the little branches coming in from a tree. It's kind of what I'm going for. But I don't want that white to show. I love to watch these people get on there and they'll do all this fussy cutting and stuff right on the screen. And it's like, how do they do that so fast? It's amazing to watch them. Okay, so my little guy is going to be something like that, I think. And see, I don't have to worry about the rest of it because... Oh, I ripped this leaf off. Whoops. Okay. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to have to rescue this one, if I can. I cut it so close, he gave up the ghost. Alright, there we go. And there's another one. So let me cut it out real quick. Okay, I got this little piece cut. And I'm going to slip it in here like it's an extension growing off of this top piece. Kind of like that. Yeah. Now, I have a few pine cones. I've got the coffee, which I think I can put the little coffee. I mean, she's got that kind of cup. I wonder if I would rather have this. Like right there, maybe so. The only thing is, I'm going to have to cut this one. I've got that, which that might go on this other side over here. I'm debating on what all needs to... I like the pine cones. Let's do that. The snowflakes, not so much. I don't know. I don't think I need the snowflakes. Let's do us a little bit of a... I don't know where to put it to come in. Maybe like right there. There's a huge one. Okay. Maybe that one could be there. Let me see if I can round it off with all the little crooked pieces all over. But yeah, I'm kind of just going through and decorating. I've tried not to do any decorating when you're not with me, but it's been hard. It has been hard. Oh, I do have a little snowflake. Let's go ahead and put this snowflake somewhere. And I might sit here and fussy cut around this coffee cup, because I think that might go good, like maybe at the base, the bottom. But I'm trying to fill in some of these other little areas here. I've got a big blue butterfly that I'm thinking will go good there. I'm sorry, Wayne. I'm putting a butterfly on here. I am going to put the coffee grounds. They will definitely go on here. I'm putting the blue butterfly because she's blue, and I need a little bit more blue somewhere to balance it out. And the best place I could think of is kind of like right there. I need to cut off a bit more of this white so it doesn't go down into the mountain too badly. Okay. Yeah. It kind of, it gives your blue color another area to look in. I really think the coffee cup might need to go up here. But I'm trying to figure out what it needs to go on top of to balance out. Maybe a snowflake. Let's try it. I mean, if this doesn't turn out, I can always toss it. It was just something worth trying. I mean, I could just set it in this spot for now, and I can decide whether I want to use it or not. If I don't, maybe I can just put it in my my art journal. Okay. There. Now, do I want to fussy cut this out and kind of set it? And it would be right up here next to the coffee pot. I think that might be a better layout. Even though the coffee cup is floating, I did put it on a snowflake. So yeah, I do have some beans here. And I'm really thinking about putting the beans in here just to make you think of coffee. Okay, now I only have these 3 pieces left. And I'm going to use the good morning, because you always have coffee in the morning, right? And it says, but first, coffee. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to save these maybe for somewhere else in the journal. And then I'm going to fussy cut around this real quick and we'll be back. Okay, I really didn't need to fussy cut that much around here, just the base, but I went ahead and went overboard as usual. But yeah, I want this to be kind of sitting right here. He's going to be on top of the snowflake and the pine cone. Just like that. Get these out of our way. And, yeah. Now, oh, the good morning. Let's trim that down a bit. That's going to be above. Sorry, I'm flicking these snipped pieces off to the side. Just so I don't have them in my way. Okay. So this is going at the top. Come on. Sometimes when you cut it really close like that, it does not want to let go. And that's what this one's doing. All right, finally got it going. I had to bend it backwards and then forwards again. All right. So we're going to have our good morning up here. And then we're going to start doing a little bit of inking around the outside edge. And I'm going to use my vintage photo because of the warm tone. I think it will bring out a lot of the warm tones here. And I'm just going to lay it right on top of my guy here because I'm going to cover that, you know. But I can actually get in here and you can see it's going over top of the white and everything. But I want to kind of to gradually build or fade, not build, fade into the background. I want it to be really nice and dark on the edge and then to fade in. Some of these little edges you can sort of pick out, but I think they'll be mostly hidden. I'm going to actually add a little bit down here, even though this is colored, just so I can catch, you know, like that. See where it just totally made that disappear that was on the plant? Yeah. But yeah, it kind of helps with your optical illusion you're working for here. I wanted to add a little bit more color there. I got a whole lot of dark right there, so I'm going to go back in and see if I can get that to balance out a little bit better. Oh, man. I can actually bring it in a little further and it'll actually make it look a bit like it's blended better. Yeah, like that. Okay. So, there she is. That will go on this side. Now, see, it really, you know, you want to leave a little bit of that white in the, like a shine, like a spotlight in a way, in the center, because that pulls your eye in there, because that's such a different color. It's such a bright color, even though it's no color there. Magic. But yeah, it pulls your eye in to see what is there, and then you start picking out like colors like that dark. Oh, that brings me down here to her. That brings me up there to that. Brings me to the word. And then you kind of start flaking out like it's like a gray blue there, a gray blue here, and then down here. So I want to flow. I want it to flow around and see all that different stuff. Now, if we want to, we can make this a pocket. If I feel like I want to put something behind here, like, where was one of them? Like this guy. Well, actually, that's a skinnier one. I have a wider one here that I don't know. It doesn't really... Well, what I can do is I can glue inward. See how I want to get it closer to this side where I'm going to have the thumb pull? I would probably... Well, let's just do it. Why am I explaining it? Why not just do it? Because I am going to use it here. I really like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this right here. I got to try to find the center. I think that's it. All right. And that washi just cuts clean through. I didn't have any problem at all. I'm going to add a little bit of extra there. And then we're going to go ahead and glue it. And I'm going to lay my little guy right here and figure out, well, I need to do him here. So I need almost an inch over here on the side filled with glue. I do want the little journal card to be under this, but I want it to be close enough that I can grab the thumb pull and pull it out. And then just put a nice big bead of glue, top and bottom, and then put her down. Yeah, I'm always hollering at other artists and stuff. I say, don't just explain it, do it, do it. And I'm having to tell myself the same thing. All right, so we're going to get the cutter over here, and we're going to measure where we need it to be. And I think it could be like right there, right where Atlantic ends. And this other piece can be another journal card. I really love the brick. That's one of my favorite things on here is this brick. But see, I've got like a little bit of a, I can turn that into a pocket. It could be anything, really. It could just be anything. I also want to round the corners. So I'll do my usual rounder. Oops. Okay. Now, yeah, they're right there. And then I need to find a thumb pull. And I have a few up in here that I cut out from the last things I did with the forest. That's kind of, now I may have some neutrally looking things on the back side. You never know. That one, he got whacked. I don't think he's good for anything. Yeah, I don't want berries. All right, let's just use the one I got here. Yeah, this one's got some warm shades to it, so let's use it. I'm not using the red on the back. Oh, that went back in there. All right, there we go. And let me throw some ink on it just to cover up any little white spots. I don't have it quite folded correctly, but that's okay because you got one side and the other. They're going to be separated. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah. So I'll put that right there. Then I'm going to push her down. There. I got a little bit of a leakage that I got to wipe up now. There. So, let's see how she fits in there. Yep. Fine and dandy. All right. Let's keep going. I mean, I don't know. I may be coming back and adding stuff to some of these pages with all of this leftover. It depends on if I go through it all. Yeah. But let's see what else is here. Oh, now this I did last night. I had some extra strips left over, so I decided to make that look like a little window. The problem was where the skeletal lace was in the center. These are two separate pieces, so you could see that crack down the center, and I didn't really like that, so I made this look like a window. And I can have like a cup of yummy looking coffee, maybe sitting down here on the seal. And then I could have like a phrase, like that's in French or something. And there's a few of them here that are in other languages. Now, the only thing is here, I'm going to probably be needing to use fabric tack because this is deep. This is like a thickness to it, so I have to have a thicker type of a glue to go down in there. Okay, let's see. Coffee and Friends makes a perfect blend. Maybe I'll stick that right there in the center. And I don't know that I really need to have anything else here. I have this little Cafe Nero. I may stick him there. Yeah, that kind of balances really good. This one I can use the regular glue because it's going to be paper on paper. And quite possibly I could use it with the other one, but I think I'm going to skip it. Now see, because I need a third point of white, and that kind of does it. I've got a little bit of yeah, get out of there. Oh, all right. So now you need the fabric tack. So let me put a little bit of that back here. There we go. And I could sit right here in the center. So see, although you've got the sensory parts to this, you also got the regular journal kind of parts to this. So it doesn't have to be one or the other. It could be both. Because you want your journals to be eye appealing. Even though the person that's getting it may not be able to see it, I mean, they can feel it. So give them something like a nice blend of textures to feel. Because you got your soft, or you got your smooth, and then you'll have your rough. And this fabric tack will hold this baby down. They won't be able to rub over it and rub it off. It's going to stay there. Don't you worry. Oh, I love fabric tack. I always have to get me a few extra bottles when I go to Walmart. Now back here might be a cute spot for one of these guys. And we have the chocolate, which is nice and dark against the light. And you've got the ring there. So do we want to do coffee? I've got cappuccino. I think I used a cappuccino. And then I got the old coffee, which, no, that's got a light. Any of these light-edged ones, no, no, no. This one's got a little bit of burlap on it, which is cool. Cafe Nero. Now, I used Cafe Nero back there, so let's go ahead. Oh, look how pretty that one is. Oh, look at the colors on that. How pretty. Can you see it? Wow, it's kind of all these different shades. Now, we just used that one just back here. So, let's see. Coffee is the best. See, I can't use that. All right, it's a tie between these two. So, the Cafe Cocoa, or Chocolate Cocoa, and the Cafe Nero. I think I'm going to go with this one, since this basically is right back here. Cafe Nero, and, but, you know. Oh, changed my mind again. All right. All right, and when I get this one done, this will be it. Now, I'll probably come through here again. Well, we're going to do each layer. I'm guessing... Let me know if you want to see me decorating all the different signatures now. Because, I don't know, I think y'all got tired of the lap book that I did. But let me know. Let me know if you want to see, because this is sort of different. Y'all like to see different things, I believe. And since this is something that's not very common to be seen on YouTube, maybe you might want to see that. See, there's that spoon again. And I'm really thinking about coming in here with a phrase or something. But I will figure that out maybe later. Because I don't want to use everything up in this first signature. It may be I come back in here with a coffee cup. Let's do that. I've got plenty of them coffee cups. Because, yeah, I got 2, 4, 6, 8 more coffee cups. But I need a dark one. Will that be it? Yeah, let's do that one. And then, you know, I still got a few other things that I could be adding. But we'll wait until later. Because you want to do it in spurts. You want to go through with your first set of items that you're going to add. And then you're going to go through and see what else you can add. And then you're going to tell yourself at one point, nope, that's enough. You don't need any more. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do for now. So let's see what we got done. We have the little flip out. We got the old coffee and the little black coffee and all that up here. The good mood. And this little spoon reflects the little spoon on the back side. We have this little collage. I still need to put something here. I'm still debating whether it's going to be one of those guys, the little squares up here, which more than likely it will be because I really like those. But it needs something else on this page. And then we have the little flip out in the center. And then you got the good day over here. We got our little girl here, which that turned out. I really like how that turned out, everybody. What do you think? And then we have more of our tea-dye pages, which can also get something. They can get something. And I'm going to figure other things out. I've still got, you know, the deep embossing folders over there to put into maybe 3 of these, maybe 4. So another page could be used for that. Okay. Well, I can see the good mood at the top of that. Don't know if I like that. Maybe I'll just lift this up to where it's at the top there. Well, and then I can see the bottom stuff. Oh, well. What could I do to fix that? I don't know. Maybe I just have to live with it. But I may actually, let's just do this. I don't like that it's so white. That's the problem. So let's fix that problem. Yada yada. Little better. A little better. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for coming by to visit. I hope you enjoyed what you got to see today. And let me know if you're wanting to see each one of these signatures decorated. And then we'll do like maybe a final look or something. I don't know. But that'll at least be 4 videos for you to see. This one including 3 others. And then the flip through. All right, everybody, take care. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.